When did you get saved? When did you, turn to Christ and all that stuff?
So I got saved at the age of 5.
Okay.
We were coming home from a Wednesday night service, and it was really like stormy outside. And not that I hadn't seen storms before, but I just really thought that we were gonna die. Like
The logic of a kid. I love it.
literally, I said to my dad, I was like, I didn't even want to get out of the car when we like pulled up in our driveway, and I was like, we're gonna die. Like I was telling him, like, I don't want to get out of the car, we're gonna die.
Brilliant.
And then we went into my brother's bedroom, and he had like a children's track. My brother had a children's track, and my dad asked me, like, do you know where you're gonna go when you die? And I was like, no, but like I don't want to die. Like I was just terrified of not knowing where I was gonna go. So then my dad took me through the plan of salvation, and said that if I put my faith and trust in Jesus, that if I die from this storm, I would go to heaven and be with him. So then that night I prayed that prayer and I got saved. And I remember like for the first few months of like me getting saved, I would just like tell people that like, oh, I got saved and this is like how I got saved. Like I remember there was this one time, my dad used to do a bus route for the church, bus route, whatever, and we would pick up like bus kids and stuff. Anyways, there was this man that would do it with him, like do the bus route with him, Uncle Moses. And my dad was saying him, why don't you tell him how you got saved? So I was just like telling him like, this is how I got saved, and like explaining to him how I got saved. So I was really confident in the fact that I had put my trust in Jesus at a young age. And then I think at the age of 11 or 12, so like I knew I was saved and stuff. And then at the age of 12, we were I'm not sure where we were, but I was with my family, and my brother and my dad had gone into the shops. And I was just like rummaging through the glove compartment and found another track. And I was in the car with my mom. And I think at that point I was just, I just wanted to reaffirm and be reassured of my salvation. So then we went through that, and then I just prayed again and rededicated my life to God at 12.
Okay. It's funny. I think a lot of kids have a similar story. First off, does it make you look at kids differently, seeing how big a decision you made at the age of 5?
Yes. Like, I think like, I'm like, oh yeah, I got saved when I was 5. And then you see kids now, like getting saved, or just like them comprehending it. And it's like, how?
Yeah. Because I think the exact same thing. Because when I got saved at 7. I had a lot of people, I was very similar. I went and told the world. But I had a lot of people be like, oh no, he's not really saved. It was just, or whatever. He's just a kid. And it made me completely look at kids differently. And that's probably why I'm in kids ministry now, because I saw what happened to me at 7 through a video. And it's weird that a kid can comprehend so much. Like you look at a kid, they think a tissue box is the coolest thing in the world, yet they also have sorted out their eternal destiny, just turning to God. But then I think the big thing for me from ages 7 to, I think it was 11, was fear. It was like my constant thing was, I'm just scared. I'm scared of going to hell. I'm scared of dying, all that sort of stuff. And that's where my reassurance came from, was that night. I remember that night just praying with my dad and just being like, I want to make sure of this thing. I want to make sure there's no ifs or buts about it. So I think a lot of kids have that same thing, because fear I think it's so easy for a kid to fall into fear, and that just follows them around a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I even remember like on Wednesday nights we had kids club, which is kind of like Bible club. And you know how, so the teacher would give a lesson and then it'd be time to pray, and they would say, okay, put your hand up if you're unsure if you're saved. And so then kids would put their hand up, and then they would say, okay, repeat this prayer after me. And then sometimes I would find myself like, oh, am I saved? Maybe I should just pray this prayer, like just to be sure again. So yeah, I definitely think kids go through that when they're saved at a young age and sort of grow up in church.
I think it's just it's easy for two things. It's easy to have a false confession because of the whole, put your hand up if you want to be saved and repeat after me. You're saved now. Yay, everything's sweet. And there's no background check. But it's also so easy for a kid to just not be sure of things because everything scares a kid.